All right, I'm Jason Urusi. All right, I am Jason Urusi of Urusi Holdings, back with another webinar this week. This week, we are going to talk about optimizing cash flow while pushing the potential of your property appreciation. So again, I'm Jason Urusi of Urusi Holdings. If you like hearing everything there is about multifamily, all various topics from the market to the deals, come hit that follow button below. Join us each and every week on Thursdays to go through each and everything multifamily. Leave a comment here. You want to talk some shop, you want to have comments about future webinars, we'd love to hear your feedback. So I'm Jason Urusi of Urusi Holdings. Today we're talking about cash flow optimization and the opportunity here to look forward to the appreciation going forward. Now, big thing to always take into account here is that what is my dollar doing for me today, right? You want to have, of course, good stable debt, you want to have cash flow, and you want to have reserves, right? That's going to be paramount for each and every deal. And as you look forward about your properties, you also want to be truthful with what your potential business plan can be, and if you are raising capital, the expectations of those investors here, because there's choices here. You may choose today to make a decision where it may limit your cash flow based on the money you're putting out to do the renovations. So, however, in the future, it may optimize you getting the most value out of the appreciation of the apartment building. So for context here is that if you're doing a renovation on an apartment and maybe you can do a $5,000 renovation here and get a $100 rent bump here, that might not move the needle that you can consistently keep cash flow, right? However, if you do a $15,000 renovation here, that may get you a $400 or a $500 lease trade out going forward, right? So it's the ultimate value there is that unit maybe goes from $1,000 to $1,500. Now that $1,500, you put a lot of money out. It's going to take you more time to get that money back, and it also is more money out of pocket today, so your ultimate cash flow might get constrained. However, when you go to sell that in the future, units, if you have 100 units that are all trading at $1,500 or all leased at $1,500 compared to, we'll say 100 units that are all leasing at $1,000, the overall value based on just the overall valuation, the way the valuation from the income point and really just from the cost approach is going to put you at a much higher price point. So understanding that, you want to make good decisions, right? So we basically look at our renovation package with the ultimate goal is that if we spend $100, right, or we spend $1,000, is that we get that back within 3 to 5 years, right? So easy math here is that if we spend $1,000 on a unit here, right, and the ultimate goal is that we're going to get a $100 rent bump. Well, the great news is that over the course of just that year, we're going to have that money back in 10 months. But on the bigger picture, so if you're going to get a $5,000 renovation here and you're going to put a $100 rent bump in it, it may take us 5 years, right? So the overall return of our money, assuming that person stays in the unit here, is going to be compressed. So we look at that valuation to make sure that we're doing things that are going to optimize the property today. Now, going forward, there's things that we need and choose to do that may hurt cash flow, but ultimately add value to the apartment community. So some of that could be that we replace windows, right? The windows are single pane windows. Their R value has been deteriorated for the course of the project, the course of the whole. So the ultimate value is that we can get windows in there. It's going to make the buildings overall better. It's hopefully going to help the utility package, and it might help the bottom line in the future here. However, most of the time, people are not going to say, hey, you put new windows in, right? Now you can charge me more rent. Same thing with the roof, right? The roof might be a detractor when you sell the property in the future. So having all the roofs completed, especially if there's multiple buildings, 10, 20, 30 buildings in the property, is going to add substantial value to the course of the building. More in a point here, because the future buyer will not ding you because the roofs aren't done. So as you look forward at your cash flow, at your optimization here of where you are, you want to make sure that you have a business plan out of the gate and that you're sticking to that business plan. If the true nature of this is that you're okay for the appreciation to fall apart, but you want to have cash flow, then you're strategically going to look at the right things to make sure the building's operating efficiently and how you can keep money on the side for the future, but put it to work in a strategic way to maximize the dollars for what the dollars put to work. However, if it's solely focused on just getting max proceeds in the end, you may make larger investments today that are ultimately going to build the overall value of that apartment community. All right, so that's what I have today. Jason Urusi of Urusi Holdings. Thank you so much for joining this week's weekly webinar. Let's do this.